Hello and welcome to the Get Creative Podcast, the podcast for creatives by creatives. I'm Evan Schmidt, and my guest today is Will Ball. He's the owner and agent at Vi Agency. All right, so Will Ball, thanks for coming on the show today. What's something really important that you've learned?
All right, well, first and foremost, thank you for having me, Evan. It's certainly a pleasure. All right, so something I learned as far as recently or in my career or...
Yeah, it could be kind of the first thing that comes to mind is something you wish you knew when you started as a talent agent.
Sure. Let's see. I mean, I guess that, you become a talent agent because you definitely, you love helping people, accomplish their goals and their dreams. It's why I do what I do, and it's why I love being a talent agent. But there is definitely a flip side to that. As much as you want to, be a positive influence in the lives of models and actors and talent, there's definitely a negative side of that. There's two sides to every coin, and especially as a talent agent, I guess, you not realize that rejection is just part of the equation. It's something that has to happen. And you wish it weren't a part of the equation. You wish you could, help everyone accomplish their dreams and their goals. But unfortunately, that's just not really realistic. And also, I think something I've definitely learned being a talent agent now for about 6-7 years is that, there's a lot outside of my control. I'm definitely one of those people that's very hands-on, and I'm super organized and detail-oriented. You kind of have to be in order to be a talent agent. But that's only will go so far as a talent agent. There's a lot outside that you can't influence, or you can influence, but you can't necessarily control it. For example, your actors or your models, you can't make them show up on time. You can do everything that you can to say, listen, you have to be there. You can do as much as you possibly can, but at the end of the day, that only takes you so far. And then also on the other side of that would be the clients and their decisions. You want them to pick your talent, you want them to pick your models and actors, but once again, there's only so much you can do. You can pitch them, you can sell them as best you can, but to some degree, it's not your decision to make. And it's even, I think sometimes talent kind of confuse that and get a little. They don't really sometimes fully understand that there's only so much an agent can do. They want, hey, well, where can we get work? It's like, all right, well, I can only introduce you to people, I can show you to people, but I cannot force my client's hand in picking you. Even though I wish I could, and I wish they would pick you. When all is said and done, the client can only, they'll pick who they want to pick. And even then, it's that there's so many varying factors to the client's decision and who they select for their project. I've had multiple talent finalized for things, and at the last minute, the client, something changes. They cast someone else who doesn't quite pair well with your model or actor, and all of a sudden it's just, it's done. It's not fun. It's not a very enjoyable part of the business, but that's a part of the business. So yeah, I think that's something over the course I've learned is there are two sides to every coin, and especially in this business. It's really not even equal for the one person who has that great success. There are 100 other people who did not reach that. Actually, more than 100, obviously, thousands of people. For every Jim Carrey, there's millions of Jim Carrey wannabes, essentially. So, yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah, I mean, I read Bernie Brillstein's book, and I read the book about William Morris.
Sure.
And it really opened my eyes to the world of the agents and how they hustle so hard, and things work out so crazy, and it's a whole nother world. But from the talent side, understanding that, it's crazy. I couldn't imagine what it's like to be purely on commission and all this stuff, and
I think
herding cats, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I think it's from the talent side, they can see when something changes or they don't get the job that was that was lining up for them, or something, something happens, and then that kind of things fall through. That, yeah, obviously it's really devastating, but it's also really devastating for the agent too, who's also put in a ton of work, and it's, and they
Absolutely.
want their talent to succeed. So it's you fail and succeed together, and you definitely you celebrate, and and you punch a hole in the wall together too sometimes. So like it's definitely a joint emotions. There's definitely a connection there between the talent and the agent.
Well, cool. Yeah, very, very sage advice, and that which will lead into your latest endeavor.
Sure.
Share with us what you're working on.
Yeah, so I'm actually starting my own modeling and talent agency in the heart of New Jersey. I was actually a talent agent in Philadelphia for about 5 years, and then after that, I moved to Los Angeles and was an agent there for about a year and a half. And while I was out in LA, I was getting a lot of feedback and a lot of clients and talent who were back home in my city of Philadelphia, and they were telling me, Will, like, there's definitely an opening here in New Jersey and Philadelphia to really kind of open up your own talent agency and really just do really, really well, because everyone's looking for better representation. Everyone's really disappointed by the lack of options, and there's a lot of dishonest practices happening, unfortunately, here, and we just need someone better. So I was out in LA. I did a lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting, and knew that eventually I wanted to come back and start my own agency anyways, but realized the timing was perfect right now. So a few months ago, I moved back to Philadelphia, and I'm in the process of opening Vi Model and Talent Agency. And the whole thinking behind that is just a better agency, an agency that offers more opportunities for its talent, offers superior talent, offer increased accessibility, and most importantly, are just more honest. Like no shady dealings, no BS fees to be represented. We just make our commission or our revenue off of agency fees and commissions purely, and everyone seems to be really happy and really excited. All of the photographers and clients and talent, they're just really anxiously awaiting for something better to open, and so I'm happy to give it to them.
Well, that's cool. You're pursuing your passion, and you see a market
Yeah, absolutely.
opening, and yeah. So where can people find you?
Yeah, so you can go onto our website right now. It's just VIE agency .com. Now there is just a temporary website, which that will eventually be replaced by one of like the top notch designers of all the major agencies in New York City. They're opening up. They're actually going to be designing our website as well as providing us with their booking software. So that website will be eventually replaced. But they can also just send me an email, Will at vieagency.com. So WILL at VIEagency.com.
Great. Well, Will Ball, you're the first agent on this show, so thank you for sharing your time today.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my pleasure.
That's it for another episode of Get Creative. You can find more information about my guest in the show notes. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes and Stitcher so that new episodes magically appear, and tell a friend about this show. For more information about me, just go to evanschmidt.com. Thank you for listening. Now go get creative.